Past hour, the Governor of North Carolina has declared a state of emergency in the city of Charlotte. He is sending the National Guard and Highway Patrol to assist local police there. It's because there's been a second night of violent protests in the city after police killed a black man on Tuesday. We can show you the latest pictures that we are getting. A helicopter shot above Charlotte, which is the biggest city in North Carolina. Riot police have been firing tear gas at angry crowds in the centre of Charlotte. Violent demonstrations breaking out after the killing of Keith Lamont Scott, whom police said had a gun and ignored commands to drop it, but his family says he was not armed. During tonight's protest, one person has been shot and is on life support. City officials, they say that no police fired the shot that wounded that particular protester. The BBC's Gary O'Donoghue is in Charlotte. We spoke to Gary earlier.
There were calls earlier on in the day, of course, for calm at these protests after yesterday's events with the killing of Keith Lamont Scott. Now, they did seem to start the evening reasonably calm. There were choppers overhead. There were some reports of people marching through the town. There was a prayer vigil. But at about 8:45, things started to turn a bit more violent. So around that sort of time as well, the police started to use tear gas to try and disperse some of the crowds. There were reports of things being thrown. And the police lines were moving forward on the protesters. And there's been a number of people here today in Charlotte talking about how they don't believe, for example, that it was a black police officer that shot Keith Lamont Scott yesterday afternoon. They don't believe that he had a gun in his hand, which is what the police say. They believe he was carrying a book and had no gun whatsoever. So clearly there's a lot of distrust, and that distrust has overflowed again tonight on the street. Things really did take a turn in a way that everyone hoped they wouldn't tonight.
Gary O'Donoghue in Charlotte. Let's speak to Jean.